Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, viewers and friends of the University of Idaho. Welcome to the U Idaho Esports Twitch channel. It is always a pleasure to be here, bring you some exciting esports content. Ignore if you saw me on the main channel earlier today. No, you didn't. My name is Kaz.
Aren't we the main channel?
There was stuff going on in the lab today that was undisclosed to some of you because it wasn't relevant. But it's fine. Anyways, I'm here, joined today by the Overlord. Once again, bringing you some Valorant content, which sounds a little weird coming out of my mouth on a Monday, but that is fine.
Normally it would be Rainbow Six Siege, but we had a little bit of a change in plans. They have a scrim tonight, but today we have an official Valorant game, which is going to take precedence over practice.
Because our games and whatnot have been moved around because of the spring break.
Yeah. Taking care of midterms and spring break has been a pain in the butt for schedules.
Some people had their spring break last week, as we did. Some people have their spring break this week. It's been a whole mess trying to get that all figured out. But we're still going to be bringing you that classic, normal esports content that you are here to expect from the U Idaho Esports Twitch channel. So if you want to keep up with that, feel free to follow. If you aren't already, it's free. And if you hate us or something, you can always turn off the notifications so you never have to catch a stream. If you would like consistent stream updates as well as any other content we're posting, you can check us out on other social media platforms, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, X, formerly Twitter. And we have a Blue Sky, I guess. That's also a place where you can find us. You can also go to our Discord, !Discord in the chat. We'll give you the server link for that. You can meet other friends, fans, and players of your favorite esports titles. You can meet
members of the staff, because we're pretty cool too.
And learn how to get involved with the Vandal esports program. And if you have $6 lying around, can't believe it's $6. That's still or if you have a free Prime sub lying around, why not use it on us? You get a fun badge next to your name. get some cool emotes that you get to use in chat. And you get to support a grassroots collegiate esports community, which I think is pretty cool. Now, going on to, I am going to turn myself up because I'm cutting out my own mic. Going on to our match for tonight. I don't know if any of you guys saw the starting soon screen, but we will be playing against John Jay College of Law. The Bloodhounds, once again, they've made appearances in other games. R6, I believe, Counter-Strike as well.
Counter-Strike was last week with John Jay. It was a bloody battle.
And now Valorant. And from my understanding so far, other than one game, so I guess I can't really say that, but John Jay, I believe, has a 5-1 record right now. Or a 4-1?
In Valorant or against us?
In Valorant.
In Valorant, it is 4-1. This is the 6th game of everyone's series.
Yes. Trying to remember what week it was in terms of matches and whatnot.
Yeah. They have only lost against the Roosevelt Lakers, which it was not a close match. They kind of got stomped.
Yeah.
But against everyone else, they've been consistently performing against.
And we get to play Roosevelt next week, as a matter of fact. Oh, it's tomorrow?
Yeah, May 18th.
Okay, never
18th.
mind. It's tomorrow. So I don't know if we're going to be streaming that.
We have a lot of things going on this week.
Yeah,
so
things are going to be out of the ordinary this week. But you can keep up on our social channels and our Discord as well to see what we're streaming when, so that you can pop in on the games that you want to watch.
And we'd love each and every one of you to be able to be part of this. It's going to be a great time, folks. And if there's any time to stay tuned, it's now, because this is where people either have secured playoffs or last chance to be able to get to move on to that higher level of play.
Now, do you also want to talk about like this matchup in general? Now, obviously, the win-loss records for each of these teams are a little different. As you may be able to say, we were talking about before stream that currently the Vandals are 2-3, having lost quite a number of matches, definitely a lot more than I was expecting personally going into the season. But I feel like a lot of things,
and one of those we shouldn't have lost for a very specific reason.
Between like losing players on our teams to team drama interpersonally. I feel like this roster in particular has just had a lot of unique challenges that a lot of our other teams haven't, and therefore just haven't looked their strongest this season as compared to others, even with the same roster who I believe was with us throughout the fall as well. So
we've had the majority of the same players since the fall. And to add on to your points about the type of obstacles, one of the matches technically we should have won, but we played honorably for the Ohio situation.
Oh yes,
which we don't need to go over that, but the match should have been ours. And then a couple of the rounds, honestly, our players were throwing, and that kind of led to a little bit of a disadvantage for some of those fights.
But I will say, I mean, at the end of the day, if you lost, and you had the opportunity to win and you didn't take it, then you lost.
Yeah.
If you threw around on purpose or just decided not to take a match seriously or a map seriously altogether, that's
it's kind of on you.
On you, my friend.
Which we deal with the bed and we will lay in it. But that does not mean we are out. Because if I recall, we do have either this match or one more win will secure playoffs.
we cinched our playoff match against, I think it was RPI last time that we were here. I was going to say last week, but last week was spring break.
Yeah.
Hope all of our Vandal viewers enjoyed their spring break last week. I certainly did.
I got to drive for 20 hours.
Oh, that's awesome. I slept and watched TikTok and played Overwatch and got a job. Another job.
Oh, really?
Yes.
So you had a very eventful spring break.
No. My spring break was pretty much nothing. Some people took trips. I tried to drive to Spokane and then arrived at 8 p.m. and realized everything was closed.
Isn't Spokane like 2 hours away? Or is it
and I went the wrong way and went through Spokane Valley instead of going straight to Spokane. So it took even longer to do that, which was super awesome.
I can understand that. That would be a significant detour. Is that a CAPTCHA?
But yeah, I mean, at least, I wasn't completely bored. I enjoyed the break. I definitely needed it. Now we're going
for
into
the first time in a while.
Final 2 months and 10 days and some change or so of the semester. Should be a very fun time to run through that. Now let's run some Preds. Obviously there's a stream delay, so we're not getting that in time for chat. But I do want to talk about my predictions for how this game is going to go, just because I feel like there are a lot of really interesting things that we have to take into account.
Yep.
Now, I didn't do rank research on John Jay. I kind of just assumed that it was going to be a hard match considering their win-loss record over our win-loss record.
They are higher ranked than we are.
In some situations is not the right thing to do. Sometimes a team has a lower win-loss record and still wins anyway.
Because it could just be a matchup difference, or it could be some sort of local circumstance that ends up affecting their win-loss rate.
Or
there's any
it could
number
be
of
an
options.
upset, you know?
Yeah, absolutely.
Those kinds of things happen all the time. I was watching OWCS before spring break for anybody who cares about Overwatch and stream. And a team that came out of the lower bracket went on to win the entire grand final stage. So I don't know what that was about, and I don't think anybody who was watching had any idea what that was about. But hey, it's to show that it can happen in a situation like that, can happen here as well. Now, the odds of which happening, do we know? Did you get their specific ranks, or
it was high ascendant average, if I recall correctly.
Their ranks were high ascendant?
I might be thinking of the wrong thing.
High ascendant average, which, I mean, that could be a mix of like immortals and ascendants.
Yeah, okay. So I
think that's about the same rank average as we have.
Why is he unranked?
Is it so there was a new act that came out, and you just have to, in between acts, you have to play one game to replace.
Oh, he hasn't had that chance.
And it's not even like a replacement. They say you're unranked, but it's just the same rank that you were at the act before.
It's just, we're doing a reset.
Yeah, it's a fun time. But you do have to do those ranked games before you can play in these official ECAC matches per the rulebook. And I was unaware that Lofttech was unranked for the new act.
If I recall, it has to be at the beginning of it. Resets halfway. I'm not sure if the rules still apply.
Well, rank reset is a rank reset, but like this isn't a rank reset.
Well, yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
If it says that you're unranked, then I think you still have to replace. So if that means that we have to sit here for 40 minutes while Lofttech plays a ranked game,
we will sit here 40 minutes locked in through that camera.
I will sit behind that man and cast his ranked game. Best believe.
Just bring the mic right over into the lab.
But I think they're also checking between the rule books and announcements to see when they have to replace, because sometimes, you know, a rank reset will happen. They'll be like, oh, you have a week to replace or 2 weeks. For Overwatch, it was 2 weeks. And I don't remember what it was in the situation of Valorant into
I would assume
V25.
I would assume it would be bare minimum a week.
Yeah,
because that seemed like to me it would be a standard period of time. And do you know when exactly the act released?
I don't remember, but it was,
of course, over the past couple of days, I assume.
Yeah, it was super recent.
Because usually Thursdays are league and Val update days. So
I have not been keeping track with those.
I know that for a fact because of how much I play Riot games. But
when did V25 A2 start?
But I assume they're not going to do the ranked match right before the thing is going to happen. No one's going to want to wait that period of time. That we got them disqualified anyway. And 2, we know what rank Lofttech is from the period of matches beforehand. You can just work off that information. It's not like anything's changed in the past week.
You would think,
at least in terms of the rank ladder.
But if we're doing it per the sake of the rule book and it says that we have to be placed to play the official and we aren't ranked, therefore I think we cannot play and have to take that forfeit. Because I don't think that John Jay is going to be willing to wait for Loftek to place
Well, and even
in
if
a 40-minute game.
Yeah, because the time limit is, at least in the games I've been a part of, 15 minutes, and then you're disqualified.
Okay, Act 2 came out on March 5th.
So it's been almost 2 weeks.
So it's now been 12 days
since it's come out. So unless if it says that you have to be placed within 2 weeks, that might, man, do I get off early today or what's going on with that?
You're going straight into the Overwatch grind.
Oh, let's go. Rank reset happened in Overwatch, and I finally hit plat, everybody. I don't know if anybody cares, but I feel the need to share that. So I'm no longer a yellow rank shitter. I'm now a light blue rank shitter.
You said the no word.
I think I can say that. I think I can say it in that manner.
I'm 10 LP off Diamond in League, so I totally get it.
If
only I was any good at MOBA. If only I was any good at those fighting games.
Yeah. Oh, Rose came to the soundboard and spent so long trying to find the applause sound effects. Oh, no,
we love the soundboard.
That's great. Also, I realized that my hat is like super crooked. That's not intentional.
I thought that was pure aesthetic.
Oh, no. No, I just look like a dork.
This
This looks worse than wearing it backwards. And I don't want anybody to be convinced that wearing your hat backwards looks good unless you are Vic Fuentes. If Vic Fuentes is in the stream, keep wearing your hat backwards.
Big ups.
Man. It's perfect
Big
for
ups.
you. He's the only man he's allowed to do that.
I have to say, I'm thankful for the break, at least in terms of my hair issue. I don't know if you guys all recall. I had hair about yay long.
I missed your longer hair.
That is the longest I've ever had my hair, and never before have I had my hair poke out my eyes on a daily basis. It was bad.
My world.
I'm so thankful for having short hair again. Short hair is just... I don't know how you guys deal with longer hair. Like, I don't know if I was at that awkward stage where it's like, it's just long enough to hit my eyes, but not long enough to go to my glasses.
I take the sacrifices to look cute. That's how we do it.
You want to know what the worst part about it was? The second I got home, you want to know what my family said to me? Who are you, and why do you look like a hobo? I love my brothers.
I've had
so
my
much.
fair share of homeless areas as well. You know, it does happen. To
be fair, my sideburns were bad.
I am going to be completely honest, though. I don't fully want to yap through like a 20-minute period. So,
are we?
Cool. So, we're forfeiting map 1 so we can queue a game. Cool. So, production is informing me that we may be forfeiting map 1 because Loftek isn't ranked.
I mean, I guess they're letting us have a chance to continue, but if you're going to do a forfeit for a round, wouldn't you just want to do a forfeit for the whole thing?
No. If you can still have an opportunity.
Well, I don't mean from our perspective. I mean from their perspective. Why are they only doing the... I would think it would either be, okay, we play fully or we don't play at all rather than halfway there, if you know what I'm saying.
I think there's probably some like rule stuff that they can explain. But
that means we do get to continue.
I'm going to...
You're not getting out early.
I'm going to get up and go look at what's going on there. I don't exactly want to sit here and yap for 40 minutes while Loftek goes through a map. So instead, I'm going to have production run us to a brief break, and by brief I probably mean 10 minutes, and if not, then I mean 40. So we'll find out if you
keep your
eyes on the timer and see how many times 3 minutes gets added to it. Until then, though, do not go anywhere, or do go somewhere. It might be a bit, and we will be right back.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. We have an update for you. We do have to concede map 1. There was a technicality issue with Lofttech being unranked due to the new act introduction that happened about a week and a half ago. As such, the Vandals will lose map 1, so it's currently 1-0. But now that we have this little conundrum taken out of the way, we can proceed to the actual match, which means the Vandals cannot afford a single mistake moving forward. Otherwise, straight John Jay victory going 2-0. And that would be diabolical at this stage of the game.
Now, somehow, this is our most even matchup, at least in terms of rank averages. Because I believe I was told there was an Immortal, 2 Ascendants, and a Diamond. And I believe
2 Immortals, 2 Ascendants,
I
1
think
Diamond.
Oh, 2 Immortals. Yes, that would make sense. That's
you listed 4 play.
and we because we have 1 Immortal, 3 Ascendants. No, sorry. 1 Immortal, 2 Ascendants, and 2 Diamonds.
Did Lofttech place Diamond?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he was already Diamond.
Yeah.
The way that in between acts is it just takes whatever your rank was
and then you
after
just
the placements.
Get it after the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
get it.
And you either go up or down or whatever. So that happened. So things are kind of looking just as even as they were before. I was also told that Lofttech does not play ranked because
it is a cesspool.
Yeah, just about.
Makes sense.
Honestly, that's not even ridiculous to say.
I get it. You play Overwatch and I play League. If anyone's gonna understand the ranked grind set in those types of games, it's gonna be us.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it was like I was gonna say Overwatch ranked like isn't that bad.
It's
and
pretty bad.
I will say though, comparing Overwatch ranked to Valorant ranked is very different. I feel like Valorant ranked is. I feel like Valorant ranked is far worse.
I would agree
in terms of just pull and then League is right on top.
Nothing can beat. Maybe R6 might be able to beat League in terms of
no. Because here's my argument for why I feel like League and Valorant are worse in terms of their ranked experience. You get into a game, I think you can notice at least for Valorant, right? Within the first 5 or so rounds, how your team is playing. And what the odds are of you losing that is. Now, for some reason, I play so many close games. Every single game that I queue is either like a 13-10 or an 11-13, or we go into overtime and it's like 14-12 where we draw or something like that. And I don't know why this happens to like me all the time. I wish I could just have a blowout game. I would like to get 113.
I would say you have a little bit of a skewed perspective about that. The issue as to the reason you say ranked is so bad is because people perceive the rank system to be like that.
No,
sure, you may be struggling the first 5 rounds in a Valorant game. You can still easily pull that back.
And that is true, but I think in those 5 rounds, and sometimes a little bit more or less, give or take, you can kind of tell like how that game is gonna go, right? And regardless of how it goes, you still have to play through the whole game.
You don't have to. There's a big issue with forfeiting in Valorant and League of Legends.
Or there's forfeit voting, or because like it doesn't like those kinds of forfeit votes like don't really matter until we get to overtime, and you're like double overtime, and you only need 1 yes vote to draw the match.
Which at that point you can just finish the match.
Yeah,
but League it's definitely an issue.
In mid game, you need all 5 players to vote for a surrender in order to surrender at any point in the game. I mean, round 5 and on, but
I thought it was still 4-1.
No. I think there's like some situations where it's a 4-man vote. I just don't remember what it is. But I think you need all 5 people to say yes to a surrender. Maybe it's like surrender votes in the first half or something like that. But even still, I don't know. I mean, like with Overwatch, you don't surrender. People just leave, and then you have to deal with that. And you're like,
it's the exact same way with League, brother. If there's anything you can do in Overwatch to ruin a ranked experience, League has already done it 10 times over.
Yep. Team fight based games, dude. It's with Valorant, like I feel like the skill expression is far different because I feel like there are a lot more situations where if one person on a team is having a good game, they can single-handedly carry the game for their team. Whereas in Overwatch,
you need all 5 people to be doing something
Not
somewhat
always,
productive.
but yeah, but
like supports have to be supporting their team and getting heals out, or at least getting valuable damage. Because I'm not gonna sit here and say,
Moiras.
yeah, these Battle Moiras or Battle Annas or something like that. And I'm not fully saying that, support should only focus on heals. But I'm saying that if a support is going to go play DPS,
do it right.
then be valuable and get good picks out of it. Instead of just being diving into their backline, dying, and being like, why aren't you guys doing anything?
I've seen some cracked battle mercies. Don't get me wrong; those people are scary.
But I mean, you got to get heals out. You got to get not even just damage. You have to get kills. You got to kill things and tanks. There's a lot of positioning and stuff. And obviously, I feel like it works the same way in League, just because there are different roles that do different things.
The big difference between League and Overwatch is the fact that in Overwatch, in its current state, your power level stays consistent throughout the entire game for your character. You can't do anything to augment your performance.
Well,
there
are the perks now, but League doesn't. It's not like Paladin's level of you have items and stuff like that.
It's not going to be like, okay, Reaper now does triple damage, and if you're a support, you get one tapped even harder. It's, okay, I now have 3 items in League, and you have 0, I win the game.
Exactly.
And that's the kind of the balance dynamic is League is very much, it's a team game, but you can pull ahead if you're good. In Overwatch it's a team game. If you're good, you just play the character better than everyone else.
Yeah, and then you just win for that. But there's definitely not a situation, because unless if a tank player is very, very bad at the game, a singular Cassidy cannot